Gurudev, thank you so much for giving us this time to sit with us and answer some of the questions we have for you today. We really appreciate you. Thank you so much, sir.
Welcome.
My first question I'll start will be, can you tell us or tell our viewers about your vision of a united world, and mainly the importance of celebrating diversity in today's polarized world, if I should say.
Yeah. See, polarization is no good for our world, any continent. See, today's age of technology, when technology has shrunk the world into a village, if there are strong differences persist, what we see is only violence. Now, nobody wants violence. Nobody wants violence on oneself and one's own family. So, how to get out of violence? This is where our world is really struggling. We, we know violence is bad. Nobody says violence is good, but we don't know how to get out of it. And that's where our foundation is working to reduce the stress in the mind and to bring people together, bring cultures and faiths, bringing understanding and finding the commonality among all of them. That is humanity, humanness. So invoking the humanness to make us realize that we are one family. That's why Art of Living is working in 180 countries today to bring cultures, civilizations for a better understanding.
And better understanding. And I'm glad you're talking about the Art of Living Foundation and the International Association for Human Values, right? That has, according to the research that I've done, reached an impressive number of people who watch video globally. And this is not just in the US but all over the world. Could you, Gurudev, share some example of how your programs have effectively promoted conflict resolution and peace building in some part of the world?
Yeah. Conflicts rise in the minds of people. Conflicts doesn't fall from the heaven. It just comes, it gets manufactured in our own mind. And when our mind is all jumbled up, is stressed and full of tension, then our communication system has broken down, then neither we are able to express ourselves better nor understand others' point of view. So a calm and collective mind is the basis of better communication. Number one. Second is, neither at home nor in school we learn how to manage our emotions. If our emotions are raging high, we will end up with only conflicts. So in these two regards, we have been playing the role as a neutral party, understanding both the parties involved in the conflict, talking to them, bringing them together. Instead of going into the contentious issues, first find the commonalities and then solve one by one the contentious issues. That's basically Art of Living is doing. We have done many of these. We were engaged in Sri Lanka, we were engaged in Nepal, in India, and then we were also doing work in South Africa.
Oh, South Africa
Since
as well.
from the apartheid time. Then in Ivory Coast. In Ivory Coast, our people have gone and brought peace between the warring villages and groups.
I remember the Ivory Coast had so many conflict going at some points there as well.
Yeah. So, and it's a humongous task. We need more volunteers. We need more people on the ground to do this work. And we have done in Colombia, in South America. And that people know about what we have been doing there. Also, we are working in prisons. We have been working in prisons in Nigeria, in Kenya, in Botswana, also in South Africa, where people find a new life within themselves. They find there is a way to overcome your anger, your rage, and find inner peace.
Find her inner peace in prisons and Gurudev, you talk about these countries in Africa. How's that work continues after Gurudev comes in those places and leave? How the
We have trained number of local teachers. So we have chapters there, and they do the. In fact, they do the whole work. I just go visit and inspire them
Right.
time to time. We have chapters, and we welcome people. Anyone who is interested to work in conflict resolution, in building peace, we welcome them and we'll give them training, and we will support them in whatever
so they
way
can continue.
they can continue
Right.
the work.
Gurudev, the one thing that really attracted my attention as well, it was the World Culture Festival here in Washington, D.C., which is a big thing and everybody's talking about this, that aims to bring, again, together people from around the world. How do you believe, Gurudev, events like these contribute to not only bridging gaps, but also fostering unity? I should put it that way.
You see, two things is very obvious that brings people together. One is music, another is meals. And I would add another most important of that, which people are not so aware, is meditation.
Meditation.
Yeah. So M, and M.
Mm.
Meditation, music, and meals. That's what we'll be offering. There'll be cuisines from 80 countries around the world. Will be there, music and dance from 180 countries. So, and then we'll have a meditation, we'll have yoga. All these programs I've seen. This is the 4th edition of World Culture Festival. In the past, we have had in Delhi, the last one we had in Delhi, we had people from India and Pakistan, Palestine, and Israel.
They all come in Delhi to make.
Everybody came there. And there were 36,600 artists on one stage. Can you believe that?
Wow.
It was a huge stage. And we had a big contingent from Africa as well. And before that, in 2011, when we had in Berlin, we had 1,000 African drummers.
Really?
Came there and they played the drums and exhibited.
That's amazing.
It was a feast to anybody's senses.
Wow.
So I feel that, celebrations like this will bring humanity together.
Right. With the MMM, which I like a lot.
There is WWW. You reverse it becomes MMM.
Wow. Now, with so much divisions and despondency prevalent, how do you think organizations like yours can play a significant role in creating positive change, but also a sense, as we touch a little bit, of global togetherness?
Yeah, as I said, the reception committee itself consists of people from all over the world, number one. And then, like sports, like Olympics, invites people from all over the world, like Economic Forum, and the United Nations. All these are the platforms where the leaders come together and sportsmen come together. But there was no forum for culture. And so this has filled that gap, wherein this is a forum. Every 5 years, people are welcome to come and, be part of this. We're not just inviting 1 or 2 celebrities who would come and exhibit their, talent. Here we give a platform for the common masses, the ground level people to
not
come.
Just the superstars, but
no. Budding stars, I would say, come, give them a world platform for them to come and exhibit, in groups. And this is something unlike Olympics, where there is competition. There is no competition here. There is a cooperation.
That's right.
Come together in a cooperative spirit, and people come with the spirit, sense of service, and take back home the joy and tranquility with them. See, the purpose of music is to make people happy.
Correct.
And if it doesn't happen, then it has not solved its purpose, served its purpose. So here we are bringing those wisdom to the common man. One from that level, another from the level of the leaders of the world. So leaders will also come, political leaders and leaders in economy, I mean, commerce and
Why is it
industry.
important for them to come?
I think it's needed because when the people see that, we're all together, you see. So we have not left anyone untouched here. We have political leaders, we have faith leaders, we have sportsmen, we have business and industry. So music and culture is something which everyone would like to be
Of course, and all races and everybody. That's great. And I'm glad we're talking about culture because I love culture myself. I love music. I love all. That's great. Gurudev, could you provide us insight into how your program in sectors of like sustainable agriculture, for instance, and rural development are making a tangible impact, on community across different part of the world?
Yeah, we have dedicated trust for these to carry on this work. It's a charitable trust, and so we teach the farmers how to do agriculture organically, natural organic, and then natural agriculture, permaculture, horticulture. All these is part of the education that we provide. So that food self-sufficiency is very important. Grow your own food. This is a call we have been giving for the last 42 years, helping people to understand the importance of food and growing food which is free from harmful pesticides.
Pretty much organic.
Pretty much.
Gurudev, as the founder of the Art of Living, how do you see the power of ancient wisdom, because it's that as well, and modern techniques coming together to address, and you were talking about technology earlier, to address contemporary challenges that we face today on a global scale?
And that's what we have been doing. See, some of the yoga technique. Yoga has been there from ages, millenniums. But it was limited to few people. So we just said it's something so useful. And so we brought it up more and more to the, modern day world. And we have designed 57 different workshops, including for people in prisons, in business and industry. We have programs for school children and college youths. And in Sky Campus is very popular here in America. We have in 108 university. Yeah. And in India, every engineering student in their induction program itself, they learn these techniques. Breath has a lot of secrets to offer us. Today, our society is swinging between two extremes of aggression and depression. The suicidal tendency have skyrocketed, especially post-COVID. And these techniques of breathing and meditation, yoga, they are immensely helpful. And this is acceptable for people of all different cultures because it doesn't have any other frills of faith in it. It's not attached to, or it doesn't contradict anyone's religious belief system. So one can continue to do what they believe. It doesn't interfere with them. As an addition, it helps them to feel well. It helps one to find inner peace, make one happier, more service-minded, and sharpens one's attention. The mind becomes much sharper, emotions become much stronger and positive. See, neither at home nor in school we learn how to harness our emotions, how to get out of the negative emotions
Right.
that come up. That is where these programs are immensely helpful.
I did see some testimony, some videos in Africa when you were there, and some people who actually testifying about this kind of things, and being an African myself, I've seen so many young going through a lot, aggression, depression, as you're mentioning, and this is not only post COVID, but even prior, before COVID, and that was happening. So uh, I agree with you that this is helping a lot of not only young people today, but even adults who have been going through that for
Absolutely.
years, and they have not found a way to help themselves
Correct.
through that. So that's really great. Given you extensive experience, Gurudev, what advice would you offer to individuals and people who want to actively contribute to fostering unity and understanding it, like in their own communities? What advice would you give them? Having all those communities all over the world, here in the United States, you have divided communities. What advice would you?
I would, one advice I would like to give to everyone is don't see intention behind others' mistakes. When you see someone has done some mistake, your reaction is you see the intention and then you get anger. And when you are angry, then you cut off communication with them. Inside every culprit, there is a victim crying for help. See them beyond their action, embrace them. And there is a humanness in everybody. And let us make sure that, let's make all our, I would say, let's put all our effort to bring up the humanism. Which we are, see, not one child has come into this planet as a being a bad guy, bad person. We all come here on the planet as a bubbling
Innocent.
joy and bundle of joy and innocence, love. And so it is present within us. It's due to lack of understanding, situations, circumstances, and 100 reasons for them to be what they are. So I would want to reach out to everybody. I want to say, hey, look, we are all one human family. Our skin color may be different, our language may be different, our faith may be different, but we must see the beauty of spirit, beauty of life force that we all have and we all share. And this call has resonated very well, people all over the globe. And if you ask me what is the success of our secret of our success,
Yeah, of course.
I would say this the secret of success of our mission in the world is the clarity in mind, purity in heart, and sincerity in action.
That sounds like the title of a book. I love that.
But we have a different book here.
Yes.
This is the latest book.
Yeah. What is
And there's notes for the journey within.
Note for the Journey Within?
So this is now USA's bestseller,
And
national bestseller, and it has say relationship, friends and family, life. So all different aspects of life are covered in this.
I cover in this book.
Yes.
All different aspects of life.
Yeah. Physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. Small notes which are doable. It's not just a philosophy out. And then the practical guide to handle your own emotions and circumstances and situations. That's what we have dealt with this.
That's what you've been doing, and that's what you have done, Gurudev. But I'm thinking you also must have faced some challenges in promoting peace.
Oh yeah,
and I can just imagine. I can just imagine. Now, would you, how did you overcome them, if you can share?
A lot of challenges. 42 years back when I came to this country, there was so much prejudice. I dress differently, my color is different, I speak different language. And so there was a lot of prejudice in those days, and especially, coming from India, and then you see, though it's a land of peace and non-violence, Mahatma Gandhi came from South Africa. He has experienced a lot of tough time during
During
apartheid,
there.
apartheid time. Then he came to India and then started the freedom movement there. My teacher was with Mahatma Gandhi. My teacher who died at 120 years of age, and he was with Mahatma Gandhi for a long time. So we were all brought up with that sense of commitment to non-violence. So when I used to travel here and talk about natural farming and saving the environment or talking about yoga and meditation, people would think this is something weird. It's not mainstream. There was a lot of prejudice in those days. But today, fortunately, the situation has changed. So there is a lot of prejudice.
Yeah.
When those days they thought yoga, meditation, it's not the mainstream topic. It must be a weird thing. Someone out there would be doing these things. But today, fortunately, more than 1/4 of the world's population are practicing. I would say almost 1/3 of world's population are practicing yoga, meditation, breathing. Even in this country, in America, it's become a mainstream topic. There is an environmental ministry today almost in every government. Just imagine 40 years back, there was none.
That's why I asked that question.
I would say we have to plant more trees. We have to take care of our planet. We have to take care of, our water resources. People would say these are weird. Where are you? We have to talk about development.
Right.
Not sustainable development was not a word at that time. So I'm glad today people are taking all these initiatives with Art of Living had initiated 42 years back.
42 years past. That's a big challenge. We get toward the end of our interview here, Gurudev. As a permanent spiritual leader, what kind of legacy do you hope to leave behind? What do you believe will be the lasting impact of your teaching and efforts that you've been doing for these past over 40 years, 42 years?
I would like to see that we give to our younger generation a better world than what we have inherited. In short, I would say a violence-free society, disease-free body, confusion-free mind, inhibition-free intellect, trauma-free memory, and a sorrow-free soul. This is the birthright of every individual. It is our responsibility to see that we pass on this to the coming generation and see more happiness in society rather than misery and conflict.
Gurudev, remind everybody that you are the founder of Art of Living Foundation. Thank you so much for giving us this time. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Namaste.